It's Week 17 of the NFL, and we'll see the dynamic Michael Penix Jr. After his last game, he's now across 3,000 yards for the season. It's the Falcons and the Steelers on Monday Night Prime Time.
We're here at the confluence of the Ohio, the Allegheny, and the Monongahela Rivers, and welcome you to Acrisure Stadium on the North Shore of Pittsburgh, the home of the Steelers. New Year's wishes to all of you. Mike Tirico, Olsen, Happy New Year, partner. A couple weeks left now in the regular season. Man, you get to this point, we're talking New Year, but for the guys, it's been a long season to this point.
This is such an interesting time for the players because part of the league, Mike, they're coming down the home stretch and their season's going to be over. They're not in playoff contention. They're starting to plan off-season vacations and get away from the game a little bit. Then the rest of the league, they're coming down the home stretch here thinking that their season's going to go on into the playoffs and make a run for the Super Bowl. So, yes, you're tired. Yeah, your legs are a little heavy. But, man, if you're in playoff contention, I promise you, weeks 17 and 18, that's where you make your money in this league. And these guys are coming out today. This game means a lot.
The Steeler offense ready to take the field for the first time. They'll be led out by the young man in his second season in the NFL.
And he's coming off a game where he's pretty much held in check for the majority of the contest. He had a couple nice throws here and there, and I think that's what gives this team hope that he is the quarterback for the future, Mike, because when he's on, it looks like big boy football. The problem is they just don't see it enough. He didn't get into any sort of established rhythm, never found the end zone, and of course he had the one interception. I think today, get him off to a good start. Get an idea of what the defense is looking to do to counter you and find some easy layups to get this quarterback going. I think last week they weren't able to do it, and if they don't find early success today, I have a feeling the result might not be all that different.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. It's second down and 12. Throwing it right into the hands of his running back.
There's a lot of ways to get the ball in the hands of your running backs, and it's not always by just handing it to them. In this case, it's a simple check down, picks up a good gain, brings up third down.
Here comes 3rd and 6. Throwing now from the gun. He's got his man. It's Pickens. 13 yards on the catch there. Good for a Steeler first down.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
On the ground, here comes Patterson. He'll burrow his way forward for a couple. Up from his safety spot, Jesse Bates makes the play. Second down and 8. He'll drop to throw. He'll swing this one out wide to his running back. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
That's already 2 catches for this guy. We haven't even seen him hand the ball to him yet, and that's really what these running backs have become in the league. They're really just all-around weapons, and if the ground game's not working, you can go to the air, and vice versa. The more times this guy touches the ball, the better it is for this offense.
Throwing now on 1st and 10. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down. Now, following that sack, we have a player who was injured. Athletic training staff's going to take a look, but this is a problem late in the season. Here's a 2nd and 12. Now they'll set up to throw. He'll go right and find his running back.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short gain.
Play 8 of the opening drive coming up, and now they face third down. He'll look to throw. And on third down, that ball incomplete. So that brings up fourth down. The veteran Jake Bailey called on to punt, as they'll say no to the long field goal and hope to pin them deep. That's going to be out of bounds, no return, and the drive's going to start from just inside the 20-yard line. The Falcons set to take over here on offense. They'll be led out by the lefty from the University of Washington. It's Michael Penix.
Here we have a guy, Mike, just really coming off a tremendous outing last week. It seemed like everything was working for him in that win. The early rhythm he was able to establish, he rode that to the final whistle. They had an answer for everything the defense threw at him, and if he continues to stay one step ahead and continues to protect the ball at this rate, this is going to be a hard group to beat.
Complete. Former first-round pick Drake London with the catch. And he's going to be marked down up around the 33.
And it doesn't really matter who you put on him, Mike. When you want to play one-on-one man coverage against a receiver like this, there's not a whole lot else you can do. It's hard to put help over the top because the ball's being thrown out by the sidelines. I like playing in and out. I like playing zones. Somebody underneath, somebody over the top. Share the responsibility. But that's not what they're doing. That's straight man coverage. Quarterback sees the matchup. There's no question where the ball is going to go.
Drake London was the intended receiver there. And it'll bring up second down. They'll run with the rookie out of Florida. And he will get forward for about 5 yards. That sets up third down. Now Penix. And that is incomplete.
Remember what they told us, Mike, leading up to this game. They said it is so critical for us to find success, especially on third down. We want to maintain possession, extend these drives. Well, the first crack comes up and they fail through the air, and we're going to have to regroup and be able to have better success throughout the remainder of this game.
The Steelers offense ready to possess the football for the second time. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he's taken down, but not until he gets to the 32-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They'll run here with Patterson. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
Defensive coaches preach every day, Mike, swarm to the ball. Get as many hats to the ball carrier as possible. And this is a great reason why. The ball carrier is able to make the first guy miss, but it was the pursuit from the rest of the defense that's able to get him down and keep him to no gain.
He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. Here's a 3rd down and 4. They'll look to throw. Nowhere to get away, and he's going to go down.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sit and duck for this pass rush.
This brought in out past the 20. And a very solid return as they're able to bring him down. They'll run it for the first time with Bijan Robinson. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
The integrity of the defense, Mike, is based on every defender holding their gap. That's exactly what we saw out of this defensive tackle. Not only did he hold his gap, he's able to shed his block and make the play. He decides to go with this safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
The tight end, Allen, in motion. On third down, Penix. He's got his man, right side, it's complete. And he's out of bounds, but not until he gets inside the 25-yard line. Boy, some bulk in the formation on that right side here for 1st and 10. He's got it inside the 5. And he'll take it on in. Touchdown, Atlanta. It's his 4th touchdown on the year.
But you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their 2nd possession.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. A couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. He's across the 20 to the 21. That's where the drive will begin. Here comes the Pittsburgh offense now, heading back onto the field. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a 1st down. Well, he shows you the elusiveness getting out of one tackle, but not the other. Fortunate, really, to get back to the line of scrimmage on that play. They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. The throw on the run is complete. Gain of 16 for the man who wears 16. And a 1st down. On the carry, it's Patterson. He'll dodge one would-be tackler. He'll wind up getting a nice gain of 6 on the play. So we've played 1 quarter here on a Monday night. 7-0 is our score. And we're back to the Steel City after this. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. That's caught right side. It's Freiermuth.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
A gain there of 11. That's a Steeler 1st down. He'll go left side here and complete this one. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
This is like a textbook, methodical, efficient NFL drive. 4 for 4 throwing the ball, mixing in some run. You're just marching the ball downfield at your will, and they get a fresh set of downs now to see if they can convert this nice drive into some points.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. There's a short one caught by Freiermuth. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. 2nd and 7. At the 16-yard line. They'll look to throw again. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete. He was looking for George Pickens there. And 3rd down coming up. to the big tight end, Fryer move. And he's going to be taken down short of the marker, and that is going to set up an interesting fourth down decision. He'll bang that one through. It's good. And the Steelers are on the board. It's 7-3.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone, and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. From the 6, here comes a return. They'll get this up past the 20, and that's where they'll set up shop. The Falcons offense and Michael Penix getting ready for their next possession. He had the touchdown pass earlier, adding to his season total. You get a look at the NFL leaders in touchdown passes to this point this season. Contact up front. Did they get one of the defenders to jump?
Defense.
So a lot of options on the table now. It's 1st and 5. Out of the shotgun, it's Penix. He finds Darnell Mooney for the catch. And he'll be brought down up past the 35-yard line.
I'd like to see them do a better job here the rest of the game, Mike, just disguising the coverage from the pre-snap look to the post-snap look. And what I mean is, when you have a quarterback at this level, and what they see before the ball's in their hands is the exact same thing they see once they do get the ball, everything is just so much easier for them to process. Change the look, change the coverages, move your safeties. Make the quarterback have to process with the ball in his hand.
A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. Another run here for Robinson. And that'll give him a 1st down. Tackle made after the pickup of 3.
This offense, they're not interested in taking the deep shot here. 2nd and short, the way they're running the ball, pound the rock, reset the downs, and just keep the drive alive.
On 1st and 10, it's Penix. That one taken in by London. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
Throwing left side there, but it is incomplete.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
That's his 3rd catch of this 1st half, and good enough for a 1st down. From the gun, here is Penix. A throw here, right side, falls incomplete. Bijan Robinson, the intended receiver, out of the backfield. It's 2nd down. A give, and here comes Robinson. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. Bijan Robinson. Touchdown, Falcons.
When you start talking about the qualities of a top-tier back in the NFL, Mike, we all talk about size, speed, the ability to keep your feet, the ability to have balance at contact. But the part we don't talk enough about is patience, understanding the blocking scheme, the timing, when to hit the hole, as much as what hole to hit. And I think you get a great example of what that looks like when it all comes together. He takes advantage of the scheme, and next thing you know, he hits his head on the goalpost.
So out is Coop. He'll kick this one away after the touchdown. A return now from the 4. He'll They'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Steelers offense ready to take over once again. They trail now 14-3, so an 11-point deficit as they start things out with 1st and 10.
Here in the first half, we've seen nothing but connections from these two guys. I mean, they've come out completely on fire, so the defense finally gets a stop, and really the first time we've seen these guys be a little bit off.
Got a man over the middle. It's Pickens. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down. Looking middle there, but it's incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate. So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call.
Here's Jake Bailey now, as he's on to punt for Pittsburgh. And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds.
At their own 18-yard line.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Here's Penix. Now a screen going to be set up for Robinson. And he's going to have this one up near the 28. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Now the lefty Penix on 1st down. He's got his man. It's Mooney. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. From the gun, it's Penix. A throw left side, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
And that is incomplete.
Great pass rushers live for 3rd down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation, and for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack.
The Steelers offense going to take over here in the final minute of this first half. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. Pat Fryermuth, the intended receiver. And it'll lead to a 2nd down. He'll drop to throw. To the tight end, Fryermuth. And nice work after the catch. He stopped a little short of the 1st down marker, but it is a pickup of 9. He'll try and throw for it on 3rd and 1. And that is incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. The Falcons offense going to take over just before the half. They built a nice lead for themselves here. They'll try to add to that, beginning with 1st down. It's Penix. He's going to take a shot down the field. That'll be batted away. Incomplete. Coverage very strong defensively. It's second down. The tight end, Allen, in motion. Not wanting to take a chance this time. We'll keep this one on the ground. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard. That's it. So it is halftime here on New Year's Day as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. As mentioned, this is the EA Sports halftime report. Time to take a look around the NFL and find out what's going on this fine Sunday. We'll get started down at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, where you see the final score there. Josh Allen leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. From there, we're off to check out another game. And it was the visiting San Francisco 49ers that come in and get the victory. Brock Purdy leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. Finally, let's get to Philadelphia. Check on the Eagles at home at Lincoln Financial Field. And they were victorious in that one over the visiting L.A. Rams. Jalen Hurts, excellent in the W, as his guys get victory number 12 on the year. It was a former Longhorn, Bijan Robinson, who was tough to stop in that first half. He wound up finding the end zone on a touchdown run to help give his guys the advantage here at the break. These two teams leaving the tunnel, and we'll head out with them. It's time to send it back over to Mike Tirico and Greg Olsen. Both these teams running through their final adjustments. It's time for the second half. And for the call, let's get it back out to Mike Tirico and Greg Olsen.
Coach, thank you. Back here on EA Sports as we count down to the kickoff of the second half. This will be returned from the 6. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Falcons offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. They'll begin with 1st and 10. They'll throw. It's Penix. This pass caught right side. It's Allen. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
As a route runner, once you identify zone coverage like they were playing here, the key is find open space and stay in it. He did a nice job here because that was not a big hole. The quarterback had to put a little extra on that one, and they were able to make the completion.
And this will be a Falcons first down as he gets this up past the 40-yard line. Looking to throw, it's Penix. And good work there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete.
If you want to be a top-notch NFL DB, of course, yes, the athleticism is a given. But it's really, you have to be instinctive. The instincts are what allow you to maximize those physical skills, and you saw them on full display right here, leading in the big-time breakup.
A run now on second down. Maybe a couple there. It's third down. From the gun on third down. Here's Penix. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down. And he's going to be knocked down before he can even think about returning that one. Whoa! Steelers offense getting ready for their opening possession of this second half. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. Here's a 2nd and 9.
At the 21-yard line.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. He'll turn this into a gain of about 4. It's going to lead to 3rd down.
That's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Blitz coming. He'll throw it. That's over the middle and take it in. He's got it. That's 2 catches on this drive. This one for 10 yards and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. 1st down throw there is incomplete. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's a give up the middle. What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? He'll look to throw. He's got his tight end. That's Freiermuth. That's catch number 5 tonight, and it's good for a 1st down. Back to throw. Going down the middle of the field, and he's got his tight end. And he will score. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Their head coach, 2 fingers in the air. They'll say no to the extra point. Go for 2. And I don't think he got there. He did not. They mark him short. The try for 2, unsuccessful. He'll start at the 4. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Here's Bijan Robinson, and the Falcon offense set for their next drive. The lead is 5 as they're going to start with this 1st down. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down. They'll go again with Robinson. Up the sideline to the 40. And he is going to be out of bounds.
And he just continues to chew off more and more yardage with every single carry. And you can see here with the numbers, Mike, for as strong as he was in the 1st half, it almost looks like he's got even stronger now here in the 2nd.
London brought in motion. They'll throw on 1st down with Penix. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down. Working from the shotgun, he'll hand this one off. And he'll be very close to a 1st down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot. Try to pick this one up on the ground. And he's going to have a Falcons 1st down as they move the chains on 3rd down. Back to throw. Here's Penix. His throw left side is complete. And he's close to another 1st down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. On 2nd down, Penix. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. 3rd and 2. And Penix. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. They'll try and run for it. And he's going to have a Falcons first down. They needed 3. They got 6. Enough for the 4th down conversion.
It's a gain of 6. And the Falcons first down.
Out of the shotgun, it's Penix. A throw left side there, not going to find the target. Incomplete.
It's pretty remarkable at this stage, Mike, that they're even winning this game. I mean, anytime a quarterback is completing less than 50% of his throws, you just don't see that very often. And
He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta.
just a great way to finish off a drive, and it was something they thought they had a matchup advantage all week long, was in the ground game. And you can see here, they executed at the offensive line. He got some nice blocks downfield from his wide receivers and tight ends, and he was able to do the rest.
On is Coop for the point after. He's got it. And the Falcons will extend this third quarter lead. So out is Coop. He'll kick this one away after the touchdown. This is fielded inside the 5. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The home team's offense ready to take over possession of the football. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Not much happening there, just a short game. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll look to throw. Quickly to the outside and complete. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down.
Makes it 3rd and 2.
So, 3 quarters have come and gone. Back with more Monday Night Football. Now a 3rd and 2. Now they'll set up to throw. That'll be intercepted. Nothing the defense loves more, Greg, than the opportunity to not only stop a team, but turn them back around the other way. A touchdown on the pick 6.
Yeah, the defense just loves getting their hands on the ball when they can, Mike, but it is extra special when they're able to capitalize and take it all the way back for 6.
These are the ones that rip your heart out on the offensive side. Here's Coop for the extra point. His kick is good. And the Falcons will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter. So out is Coop. He'll kick this one away after the touchdown. Here comes a return from the 5. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The home team's offense ready to get back at it. Things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with 1st down. Right back to the air following that pick 6. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
Good drag route. We used to say this is day 1 install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
He's taken down, but just shy of midfield. Here's 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Rush comes. They're setting up the screen.
Hutchinson's pass complete to number 33. Out of bounds at the 48-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Here's 2nd and 6. They'll look to throw yet again. The 2nd down throw is incomplete.
Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes, so give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete.
And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
Well, we all know the running joke, right, Mike? If this guy could catch, he'd be playing offense. And, well, I think that's kind of a joke for the past. These defensive players are incredible these days. That's just too easy. You've got to secure that interception for your defense and get off the field.
This one incomplete. The defense up to the challenge there. They force the incompletion, and they'll take the ball over on downs. They'll begin here on the ground. They'll get 11 there, and that's a quick 1st down.
Here's a case of an offense just piling on. You're really imposing your will on the defense. Everyone in the stadium knows you're going to run it. The defense knows it, you know it. And no matter what they do, they have no answers whatsoever.
They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. They'll stick with him again. And it'll be a pickup of 3. So 3rd down, forthcoming. From the gun, here is Penix. He's got his man. Right side. It's complete.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the 1st down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a 4th down decision to make. This play should always end up converting a 4th down, especially at this distance. But you can't tell me there weren't some nerves on that sideline as they sent that play in to snap it. But fortunately, nothing to worry about. The offense gets it done.
A throw left side, but it's incomplete.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on 1st down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the 1st down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down?
So, after 2 straight incompletions, here's 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Penix. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete. 4th down, and the Falcons turn to Younghoe Koo for the field goal. This will be a 46-yard attempt. Koo's kick is good. And the Falcons will extend their lead.
I think at this point in the game, Mike, when you have things under control, not only were they able to hold on to the ball for a while, they still were able to manage to add 3 points.
The home team's offense back onto the field as you take a look at the playoff race in the AFC. And things are getting a little tight with 2 weeks left in the regular season. Already, we can look ahead in both conferences to some critical divisional matchups ahead in Week 18. They'll come up here 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. There's a short one caught by Freiermuth. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but 1st down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable 2nd down.
They face 2nd down and 7. and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
A loss of 6. It's now 3rd and 13.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Taking off, he'll try to get there. He needed 13, and that's exactly what he got. By the nose of the football, it's a first down. And this time, the rush gets home, and down he goes. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
And that is incomplete. The defense very happy to see that play call. The decision to go for it on 4th and long will end up in a turnover on down. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground. Like, there was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
And he is planted backfield. Defenders crashing through. Blow up that play behind the line. 3rd and long. They'll try to get this one on the ground. And a good one here on the ground across midfield. Let's give him 9 for the carry. The Falcons getting their punter out there. He's on to punt it for the 4th time tonight. Oh, not the greatest punt there. This is going to hit and go out of bounds. The home team's offense ready to get back to work. We'll see how they want to attack things here, backed up deep in their own end. It's 1st and 10. Man is open, middle of the field. It is caught. And he'll be brought down, but not before they move it up past the 30-yard line. On 1st and 10, they'll set up to throw. There's that man again, another catch. And he's taken down, but just shy of midfield.
These crossing concepts are frequently used, Mike, throughout the entire game, all across the league. And what it does is it creates a lot of natural rubs. You run out the backside of the defense and rely heavily on the yards after the catch, and it's exactly how they're able to pick up this big gain.
Well, that looked like a pretty clear hold. The gain was 5, but let's check the call. Made by Pickens.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch. It's pretty evident, Mike, when a quarterback and his wide receiver are operating on the exact same page. The anticipation, the timing, the accuracy of both the route and the ball. And when they're working together like this, that's the definition of teach tape.
A gain of 17 yards. Good for a Steeler first down.
And what really stands out about this drive is the ability of the quarterback to really spread the ball around to multiple targets and put so much pressure on the defense, deciding who do they want to account for, because no matter who they try to take away, quarterback's doing a nice job of finding the open man.
Second and 10 at the 30-yard line.
They'll look to throw again. This to the right side, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Just seems like another case of predetermining where the quarterback is going to go with the ball. He had a lot of good route options on that last concept. I think if he just remains a little bit more patient, read the play out, let it unfold, will lead to some easier and better completions. And you can see the quarterback, he's looking up at the Jumbotron after that throw, Mike. He knows he just got away with one, and he's thinking, all right, what do I got to do to make an adjustment that it's not so close the next time?
And that is incomplete. The defense very happy to see that play call. The decision to go for it on 4th and long will end up in a turnover on downs. The Falcons offense ready to get back at it. They are looking at a 3rd straight win here if they can hold on, as they're going to start this drive 1st and 10. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. So it's a win for the visiting Falcons. And it is their 3rd consecutive victory. They continue to play great football here in this latest stretch. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say good night from Pittsburgh.